How was the surf beach?
I didn't get to the beach. No, I didn't get to the beach. There was no. You would have heard some whale warnings if I was down at the beach. I wasn't at the beach. No, you guys aren't writing this shit.
So Albert's DHing again. Is
Albert's DHing?
I think so.
Let me check to see what's going on. I have no idea why he's DHing.
But is he going to play first at all the next 7 games?
I think right now, I mean, you know, Albert's, he's hanging in there. I mean, he's had some leg issues for, you know, for the last month.
Yep.
And I think, you know, there's some compensation that's involved when you're trying to play with you know, one part that's injured, and your body's going to compensate in other ways, and it can affect you, and it's affected him in some other areas. So as much as we can keep him off his legs, I think it's important right now. And fortunately, we have enough coverage with Kendry playing well, and especially on the defensive side, Kendry's holding up well. And you know, we have Mark also can play first base.
And it's not something. I mean, obviously, it's not something that's affected Albert at the plate. He's been hitting well since he came back as a DH.
Well, you know, early on is why he needed to sit down. I think it was in the Detroit series, maybe over a month ago, I think, when we were in Detroit, where he had to sit out the series because of just in the batter's box he couldn't get any kind of base, he couldn't get comfortable, and he's gotten through that, and it's improved to a level where in the batter's box he's you know, he's remained very comfortable, and he's, you know, really been very productive. And this is really just a luxury we have to try to, you know, keep him and give his legs a little less load to be able to DH.
Your final home game. Unless
We hope not.
Hope not. Okay. Did this season go quickly? Has it so far? Let me rephrase that.
It's strange. I don't think it's much different than any season. You know, any season you start to get into that grind, and you know, before you know it, it's like that schedule starts getting on cruise control. It just keeps coming. So I haven't felt much different than any other season. You know, I think every year you have a different set of circumstances you're presented with, and we've been presented with a lot this year. And, you know, I can't say it's long or short, to be honest with you.
The job Torii Hunter did last night in his 2 at-bats, 7th and 9th inning. I mean, that's, we talk about how as an older player, you know, you get into.
You better not say that too loud. He's going to be upset with you.
It's a point of pride for him. I mean,
more experience.
Any hitter who reaches a certain age, they get by on not some, you know, straight skill, but guile.
I don't know if I totally agree with that. I think you look at the guys. The bottom line is where the guy's talent level is on the field at a certain at you know, here and now. What is he doing? Some veterans do it because they have that experience that helps them to maintain a certain level, and even though their skill set might be eroding slightly, the experience lets them play at times better than they did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You have some young guys with no experience whose skill set is just off the charts, and those guys are going to outplay guys with a lot of experience. So I think with Torii, you have a combination of a guy who still has a terrific skill set, that experience behind him to understand and make adjustments. His last 2 at-bats were, I think, indicative of just a guy, you know, a talented hitter, first of all, that has the experience to hit in those situations, and you know, got 2 key hits to right field that obviously won a ball game for us.
And the ability, especially in the first one, to reach out. I mean, talk about protecting the plate. Reach out and just tap it and get it where it needs to go. I mean, that's.
Well, Kenny's really tough on right-handers. I mean, right-handers don't hit him tough, but actually he's having a good year against left-handers too. But right-handers have a lot of trouble with him. He's got a nice tight slider, and Torii just stayed on it and poked it to right field. It hit really good pitch, and it was you know, it's just things along the line we're talking about. I think that experience.
It's been like watching him and McFlutch over about the past month or so. It seems like every time.
Well, you know, I mean, I think Torii, I think he's always been a guy that in key situations, you know, that he's not going to be intimidated. He understands what pitchers do, and he's going to give you that. I think he's going to give you that good at bat that a lot of times is going to lead to, that key hit. This year, speaking just on this year, I think once we had an awful start and Torii really struggled. We went back to New York early and he just had an awful series, and he came back early and he was in the video room early with Mickey at around noon, and really just found some things that he felt he needed to get back in touch with. And since then, you've just seen a guy in the batter's box that is using more of the field, feels more comfortable, handling a wider array of pitches, and it's translated into hitting hitting with runners in scoring position. He's been incredible, and so I think it's more of a function of a guy finding his swing and understanding it, and he's just in any situation he's been he's been playing at a high level.
You guys got so much on your plate. I know you were just worried a game at a time. Is there any thought about potentially his final home game?
Nope, haven't given it any thought. No, the guys in the clubhouse know what our challenge is, what we're, where we are, what we need to do, and that's where our focus is. Just come out here and just do enough good things that are going to lead to a win.
Are you packed for a possible 8-game road trip?
We're packed for as long as we have to be packed. So we can recycle clothes. Don't worry about that. We'll go wherever we have to go.
You can send out the cleaning.
So can we.
Cleaners? We're supposed to clean them?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's a problem. No, we don't clean them. We just recycle them.
Among each other?
Turn them around. Yeah. Turn the turtleneck
That's what I'm
around.
talking about, yeah.
Have you thought about how crazy that could be? If you go Seattle, Oakland, Baltimore.
We're gonna do what we have to do. The first step is, and the thing we really need to focus on is just winning today. We need to keep putting up wins to keep ourselves, in that, or keep that opportunity that if some teams stub their toe, we're ready and we'll get an opportunity.
I believe you were part of the committee that first kind of came up with this idea of the extra wild card. Do you like so far, not having really seen how it's affected the race?
I think the thing that's most important out of the whole thing is winning your division, and the standing you get in the playoffs by winning your division. I think you play 162 games. It had to be more than just seeding, which I think was kind of, there were times where you kind of knew who was going to win a division, or you felt it, and the rest was really for a wild card and the seeding. And I didn't like the way the seeding was. I think a lot of people didn't like the way the seeding was working. I think there's going to still be some adjustments to it as they move on here. Not this year, but obviously next year. So I think the best thing that came out of this is the fact that the focus for any club that's a contending club is to win your division, and that's teams that are in the driver's seat. Obviously at this point, that's their goal, and you can see the huge advantage of that.
The goal was really to put the wild card teams through the ringer, right? I mean, if you're going to reward the division teams, the converse is make it a lot tougher on the wild card.
I think that was part of the equation, but I think the bigger thing was to give more importance, and combined about what you're saying, yes, but give them the importance to winning a 162 game championship season. Coming in first in your division should carry more weight than just seeding, and it has. It is, no doubt about it. There's no doubt to get to the playoffs outside of winning your division is it's a grind, and it's going to take a lot out of a club.
Do you remember a player during your tenure having as hot of a September in big game situations than Torii right now?
Vlad Guerrero. I think Vlad put us on his shoulders. I'm going to say somewhere around
04?
04. I don't know if I've seen too many hitters do what Vlad did, and Torii's obviously having an incredible stretch. Torii's having a great second half.
Yeah.
Talking about just a stretch run, there's no doubt that what Tori's doing, what Vlad did before, it's comparable and it's huge.